Hey everyone, this is Cubastic. Folks, here we are solving impossible puzzles, and today I have 3 of them. Here they are, boxes on my table, from 2 stars to 4 stars complexity. Well, don't look at the fact that it's not the 5th, 6th or even the 10th level of complexity, it doesn't say anything. I'm sure that these puzzles are quite worthy of the title of impossible, so today we'll try to solve them to find this very impossible solution, to get the secrets from the bowels of the puzzles. So here we have the simplest of these 3. Looks pretty confusing, I'll say. I understand that the goal in each of these puzzles is to remove the ring. Yeah, let's unpack them all at once and look at them separately, what they look like, what they are. So the next levels have 3 stars and 4 stars. In fact, the number of stars that are written on the package is far from the real level of complexity. Because, for example, in this one the 4 is the maximum level of complexity, in some other 6 is the maximum level, and sometimes it even can be from 1 to 3. But in fact, each of these puzzles can actually have the 10th level of difficulty. So let's start with the simplest, a yellow rope. Look, this is a very confusing one. Let's solve it later. As usual, let's time it to see how long it takes me to solve this puzzle. Well, you can write in the comments how fast you think I can handle each of these puzzles. Write in the comments, I will see if you have guessed or not. Let's start. So our job is to remove the ring. Here I don't like the arrangement of the ropes. It is too tangled. I would first have to untangle it more or less. Oh well, that's already better. We can take this ring and… well, we can't. Let's see where we can put it. We can completely free it from the loop so that it is just in a confined space. Of course, it's not going anywhere from here through this piece of wood. It can theoretically go through a bowl and through a bagel. The bagel's really tight, but it's coming through. So what do we have? I think we just made it harder and now we have to take the ring off the stick. Let's try to put a rope in it, let's see what happens. Honestly, it's just an attempt, an experiment. Whether we can do something about it or not. Well, it's not working yet. See, already with the easiest puzzle in this series we have some difficulties. It's not clear at all. Theoretically. Right now we have a ring hanging on 2 ropes that come from bagels. We can put a ring in one bagel and it will hang only on one rope. Oh no, it will hang on a stick too. So we need to somehow tricky turn the ropes in order to release the ropes first, and then the ring. Oh, I have an idea. Well, this is a very classic solution. We can try to use parts that are not supposed to do this. The secret of many puzzles is that we can use everything, any part of the puzzle. For example, here we have a rope and a ring, yes, in terms of parts for interaction, but bagels that actually interfere us can help. You can try threading ropes through them, somehow change their position. So guys, you can see that it's not obvious that we should use these bagels. But we can try to do this. So we did it. We can now lower this rope through the wand and pull it down. Here we go. Look, we passed one bagel, let's try to pass the second one. Pass through the bottom, then through the stick and pull back, right? No, it's not gonna work. Look, it's not bad already. Oh, it worked! We got the rope out! And now the ring comes out. The simplest puzzle of these 3 took us 4 minutes. Look, it's a rather unconventional solution, interesting and not obvious. By using this rope with these wooden bagels here, we were able to not only free the ring, but also unravel the ropes completely. In the opposite direction, it looks like it's going to look something like this. And here. And it looked much more complicated than it turned out. Yeah? Just one action, I even lost a bit, I could have handled it a little faster. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the next level of complexity actually looks more difficult. Here we already have 3 rings and I still don't understand which of them we need to remove. Okay, let's start the timer and try to figure it out. Don't forget to write your own guess in the comments. So we have 3 columns. These 3 columns have 3 bagels that are not removable and a very long green rope. Let's try to unravel it first, see if there's any holistic structure to this puzzle, and maybe solve it along the way. Aha, yeah, I got it. The rope goes along from the ring with this ball both on one side and on the other, inside these 2 bagels. And in the middle of the central bagel it is tangled in a loop. This is done to make a more formidable appearance of this puzzle, because I think it will be easy to unravel. Now these stop rings here tell us that this one is definitely not going anywhere. Not here, and we can't put anything in the ring too. I mean, it's literally a stopper, a stop point which we can't go beyond. Let's start by trying to unravel this knot. Whether it needs to be unraveled or not, we're about to find it out. Well, I think yes, rope length is enough. First, we're going to put it through this structure here, through the whole structure. Flip it backwards, and what? And nothing worked. I thought it would work. It looks like the previous puzzle because there's a bagel interaction. It's not prohibited to put the rope through here, and we're gonna get it through here, and instead of putting the rope through the whole structure, we're just gonna get it out of this hole. Now half of it is already unraveled, and that's it. This loop is unraveling and the puzzle is basically solved. So all you had to do was figure out how, without changing the position of the stoppers, you put the rope in a more or less even position. Get rid of it completely and get the ring out. It was a lot easier, guys, you see, we're building up experience with you and we're getting to solve puzzles that are already more and more complex. The interesting thing is the rope is still there, it can't be removed, and initially it seemed like you had to get rid of it completely to get the ring out, but that was not the case. Moving on to the third, the most difficult level. I hope it will be really difficult because somehow the second was easier than the first. It's cool. What do we have here? Okay, purple rope. Here we have new details of a new kind. These are like these, roughly speaking, coins. Beads, and there is this hole. Clearly it's meant to be I forgot to start the timer. Start. Obviously it's meant to put a coin in there. Or the ring itself, I don't know how yet, but these things are not going to get through here. Basically it's just a rope that's intertwined in the middle of the pole, from which we need to remove the ring. Naturally, the coin doesn't enter the ring so simple, and if entered, we would solve the puzzle without any problems. So we have to think logically, which is not surprising. It seems to me that in general, the key to the solution may be the interaction with the ring itself. It seems that the ring should lie here until the very end, until we free the rope from here and remove it. But I think it will be necessary to simply intertwine the ring during the solving of this puzzle with all the other parts. For example, a ring, just like a coin, can go through a hole in a pole, and I think it's probably worth using it this way. Something like this. The problem is that in this puzzle I can't even figure out where to go and how. In the previous one, there was at least some way I could figure out a solution. Guess where, what... Come on! I've noticed that there's a big enough hole in the bits, and we can try to put it through the loop into this bit. I really hope something works, but I seriously doubt it. Now I've done this loop, and we're going to try to do the same thing that we did in the previous puzzles. We pull the stopper out of here and pull the loop back. Did something change? No, it was useless. Wonderful, Cubastic, well done, keep it up. It's been 6 minutes, nothing changed. Here we go. It worked? Look! I've changed something. As you can see, I've got a knot here. It's never been here before. Well, what have I done? I put this loop through the middle. I put it inside the ring. Flipped it over the coin and turned it back out. And yes, this is how we can change the position of these ropes relative to each other. We tied the knot and then we untied it. Let's try to think about how we can use this to solve this puzzle. What the hell? The most hurtful thing is that I've been trying to solve it for 15 minutes and everything is in one place. Nothing has changed absolutely here. It's such a simple puzzle in its appearance, in its functionality, and it's so complicated in terms of a solution that I'm really shocked, frankly. Okay. If you look at this, you can see this loop here, which is the key to solving most of the rope puzzles. Let me explain with an example here. Let's take this puzzle. See, we have a rope that is wrapped around the ring, so that it forms a loop. To untie it, you can go the other way. You can take the rope and put it back through that loop. But also, to solve this situation, you cannot thread the rope back, but put the ring through the rope. That is, the ring itself passes. It's like we turned the ring into a rope and unraveled it. So, when solving puzzles, the brain sees solid objects as solid, so they can't be tied into a knot, they can be pulled anywhere, and the rope is perceived as something to interact with. But here you can do the opposite, you can do something with this ring. This bar here, together with the whole platform, it's the same thing as a regular ring, a closed solid. And somehow you can try to get it through completely, so you can get through all this stuff, and something's gonna work. But not in my case. I hope you understand what I mean. I tried to do a little manipulation like the one I explained to you on the green rope, but it's not working because this bead here really gets in the way. Let's first try to get rid of it somehow, and if we do, we will probably be able to get the rope out very easily. Let's start by putting the noose back inside that bead. I put everything back the way it was. 35 minutes, guys! I spent 35 minutes torturing myself to get it back as it was. It's madness. This is really impossible puzzle. Why is it so difficult? Folks, this is the moment I have to ask for your support. Please hit the like button if you haven't and write a comment, because your support in some magical way can help solve this puzzle. And if you haven't subscribed yet, but you see a lot of my videos, it's a perfect time to subscribe. Make a red button gray so you have written subscribed, and then I will feel a real surge of energy. For real.
Так.
That's almost it. So, I'm glad that I've already started interacting with the ring. For some reason I've been putting the rings in the background and tried to unravel the rope exclusively, but now I realize that maybe it's all really about interacting with the ring somehow. Do something with it. Let's at least try. "43 minutes. 43 minutes. For a simple little puzzle like this, guys, I've done it. It's really crazy. They misassigned complexity levels for these puzzles a little. The first was supposed to be in the second place, the second was supposed to be in the first place, and this was not in the third place, but in goddamn 10th. Because it was so incredibly difficult to solve, and I'm sure it all worked out only because of your support. You see how magical likes, comments and subscription affects my mood and ability to solve. Folks, you are the only reason we are dealing with the most impossible puzzles, the hardest ones, and I'm sure you will be able to do the same. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. And that was me, Cubastic. Bye everyone and have a good time.